Right, he postures up. Right, I'm gonna find his toes. This is for the guy that's really postured. Right, like he's got his head nice and high. Right, he's trying to peel you off. It makes it easier. Does that make sense? Right? And then off of that, Martin recognizes this, right? On the second rep, Martin recognizes he's gonna sprawl his leg away from you. You're gonna push him up overhead, and everyone come and take a walk around and look how my legs are positioned. It's called the question mark, where my left leg is hooking his ankle, my right leg is straight out from under him. Right? Put your knee back in, son. I was here when he sprawled, I sprawled. Everyone see that? And then when he gets up, I get up. Should be in tandem, because I'm hanging on to him. Right? And now we got two more sweeps we can play from here. The knee tap, right? Or he takes his leg away, plan B. Yes? So lots of lockdown from the beginning. He's posturing up nice and high. Don't sprawl yet. Posturing up. Find the foot. Pull the toes. Trust me, find the toes. Okay? And then when you go for the second rep, partner postures, you go for the toes, he sprawls, you sprawl. Yeah? Look how my feet are positioned. Look how I'm leaning on Martin. Right? So his hands on the mat. If he tries to hit me with that hand, he's gonna fall. Oh. Right? But I'm leaning on him, I could do. What the hell? That was cool. Any questions on that? 1, 2, 3. What was the first one? Right on top of you, right? So we're in this lockdown. Let me just take a lockdown underneath. We're in this lockdown, right? And Estella has a whizzer in, and she's heavy. She's heavy on top of me. I may not have the juice to hit this old school sweep, right? And she's not leaning so far over me that I can whip her back, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this underhook out. I'm gonna find her armpit, right? We're gonna get a rep on what's called the whip up. You understand? I'm gonna use this underhook and this, what's it called? C-cup on her armpit with my knees and my lockdown to throw her way over my head. I'm gonna bring my knees to my shoulders and I'm gonna whip her up over my head. Everyone see that? Now I can go dogfight on my own. That's a harder option though, dogfight. Let's work something better for me. Right? I go here, I'm gonna whip her up and over my head. Now I can find this underhook again, right? Take her that way. My son is probably gonna base, right? When you work this whip up, son's gonna base, right? And that gives you the timing to find this again. Now I'm loaded. And I can whip her this way. Take the sweep if she falls, or work my electric chair if she doesn't. Right? The concept you're learning here is simply this. Learning to whip a heavy partner up over your head. Everyone see that? There's a cool sweep here, look, where I can come this way and find this arm. Face your hands. Face your hands, yeah, find this arm here. It's called a cop sweep. Cop lock. Let me you out. Let's get the lock up. We're here, right? He's sitting down low. I'm gonna find his armpit. Look. Do it this way. Don't just whip him up over your head. Look how I'm laying all the way on the opposite side here. Now it's gonna be a race. It's gonna be a race. Alex doesn't want me to sweep him that way, so he's gonna start bringing his base back. Now look at it. See how I set that up? You got a guy, you can't hit this. Sit your hips down, right? I can't. You guys see how that sets that up? Mm-hmm. I'm glad you do, sir. Right? Yes?
Yep.
Whip ups. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you're gonna end up here. Alright, we're in dog fight. When I got my foot inside his feet, right? My right hand is holding on to this leg. I'm not basing until I decide what I want to do. Right? This time I decide I want to go twist back. So I am gonna base. Right? But when I base, it's to get myself up. Right? I'm gonna let go of the hip line and I'm gonna pinch my elbow to my ribs so that I trap this arm. Does that make sense? Right? As I do that, I get up. But everyone saw how I got up? Pay attention to my right leg. I'm already on the other side. That was 2 steps. Does that make sense? Where people fuck up is they do this. Right? And now I gotta run over that way. As opposed to, go ahead. You see that? Take it 1 step further. I don't put my left foot on the ground. I swing it in there. See how he had to come with me? Because of this overhook? Fuck you, Alex. That took a second. I'm like, where's the joke? Oh, god damn it. That was actually good. Right? He had to move with me because I had control of the arm, right? It stretches behind him, he has to move. Or his arm comes out, right? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna figure 4 my legs here, right? And then I Indian them. The reason why I do this is so Alex has a harder time digging in that free leg, right? That makes sense as opposed to here. He just kick that off. Boom, and then he's free. That's annoying. That is annoying. That is the scourge of trying to set up twisters, right? Here, makes it really hard, right? For him to get his foot in there. My free hand grabs his wrist, and then I swing this arm inside. I got my baseball bat. Yes? Now, dig my head through here without letting go of that arm. And I make sure there's a bend in this arm. Right? I don't want this. I want this. All right? Now, as I get up on my left elbow, I switch back to a figure 4. Right? Because this time it's going to be much tighter that I can face him. All right? Once I get all the way up on my left elbow, I switch to a figure 4. You see how I'm stepping on the ground? Yeah? And I'm tucking this shoulder way under me. And now it's a fight for the head. Shut up, Alex. Right? I'm gonna go, he's gonna block me. Right? I'm gonna go for it again, he's gonna block me. I'm gonna go for it 1 more time, and then I fake him. Right? And then I grab, boom. I'm trying to bring his head to my head, and I'm hipping in. There's my top. Right? The closer to the crown I am without slipping off, the better. Right? If I'm down by the neck, he's gonna flex and stop this. Believe it or not, right? But here, there's torque, right? One more shiny, you want the tip of the neck. Yes? No. 1, 2, 3. Twist backy. Truck flip. There's the truck stop. And there's dark cadence. Right? All 3 of those things will stop the truck. Right? You? So Alex has me in the truck. Right? Just put me in the truck. Alex has me in the truck, right? But he has a baseball bat. Right? So it's not easy to get that arm over your head. That's not an easy task, right? This person has to have a good understanding of their elbow in my armpit, right? And he's really trying to yank my arm out of the socket, right? That like, what's it called? Immobilizes the arm, makes it easier to pass, right? But when he swings into this, he's here, right? He's still gotta, where were we? Let's do it from the beginning, right? Right off the twist back. Right off the twist back. So you have the lockdown. I don't want to be confused. Right, we go dog fight. Boom. Right, yeah, you get up, you go around. Yeah, this will make more sense now, right? We're here, right? See how he still has to configure his baseball bat? If you need to move, move. Right? I'm gonna keep my hands together. You understand? And what I want to start to do is squeeze my knees and find his hips. Yes? Now, I'm gonna start to kick my hips to the ground and get my knee to point downwards. It's just a matter of shrimping and shrimping and shrimping. Let's replay that, because I was sloppy. One more time. We're here, right? He has a hold of my arm. I'm gonna find his hips, and I wanna scoot my butt to the ground and get his hips on top of mine. You guys saw how I did that? Mm-hmm. Right, now I grab his shin to prevent him from flipping it on me. That's the variable, is holding on to this shin. Right? But if his shin is free, right, I'm here fighting for the arm. Yeah. Once his knee points down, he has the truck again. You guys see how we can do that to each other? If he manages to get a hold of my leg, though, now it's hard for me to flip it on him. Okay? So let's get a couple reps on that, where your partner has the arm, right? Right off the twist back, right? But they haven't passed it over their head yet, right? What I want to try to do, squeeze my knees together, because that helps me get under his hip. You see that? Yes? Mm. Just be wary that there's a calf slicer here, right? There is a calf slicer here. All right, but once I'm able to relieve my hips from his torso, he can't really hit that on me anymore, right? And then I'm going to scoot one more time just to free my hip. Now I got him in the truck, right? And I'll go for the baseball bat off of that. Does that make sense to you guys? Mm-hmm. All right? Hit it on me one time. It's that easy. All right? Truck flip. We got it? 1, 2, 3. Who using? Yeah. Where the hell are my higher ranks? Niggas is all hiding.
I was boofing the cookie.
Let's stand up. You should. Alright, so there's two ways to play this, right? That dynamic guard pulling is what I really want you guys to take away from, if anything, today, right? Like I want to outlaw this following move in the gym. If I see you do this shit, everyone has to point at that person and start laughing. No, just say shame, shame, shame. Yeah, exactly, with the bell and shit. This move right here, right? Shameful, shame. You understand? It's like an 8 blacks. It's like an 80-20. It's like 80-20, right? He has so many more moves from this range than I do. My only real goal right now is to establish contact. So why not do that from the beginning? Right? Why not? Look at that. Right? Now the party started. It's begun. Right? Does that make sense? He has to react there. Right? Obviously that takes practice. You can pull it in some pretty shitty positions, right? You want to be able to pull into, like, this is the most common one that guys will play. Yeah. Right? That's super common. But if I don't know what to do after I get hand over me, I'm probably going to end up fucked, right? Does that make sense? So that's why I'm bringing it up right now, because I want you guys to start playing with that in your head and start drilling that as you roll, as you start playing now, right? Start that R&D about dynamic guard pulling. My coach Zach talks about that all the fucking time, right? Ideally, I get in way up over, look, I make him touch the mat over there. Now, right? That happens all the time. But not by mistake, right? That's something you gotta drill. For now, we're gonna do one of Eddie's favorites, right? Keep in mind, again, this is some shit that you gotta drill a lot. If we're doing combat jiu-jitsu and you're planning on taking this route, you better have drilled it 1,000,000 times. Because if it fails, man, you're gonna end up, getting your head dribbled off the mat. Okay, but what I wanna do is pull quarter guard. Right, I get a hold of something. Right, I'm sitting in. Everyone see that? Now, Ant isn't gonna let me get behind him. He's immediately gonna sit his hips back like that and try to recover this hand. Yeah. So I go quarter capture. That make sense? Let's replay that. I could even just pull into the quarter capture. I don't have to wait for him to pull his hand back. Yes? I find my mini stop, and he's already rolled up on top of me. I skip the steps of getting a hold of him and rolling up. I just pulled into this position. Does that make sense? Right, and then boom, make him base, lockdown, and sprawls. We go dogfight. Meet me here. Okay? You can play whatever you know off of this. Right? But I'm gonna teach the next part. So again, this is the way we're starting. Everyone saw that? Make him base, lockdown. When he sprawls, get his leg free, we whip up to dogfight. Yes? And then you can play whatever you want from here, you know? Yes? Anybody confused? Does anyone want to see it again? 1, 2, 3.